Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bomber Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella of Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man. Lion Killer, I'll put his video link in the description, had one of Deontay Wilder's team members on his panel last night. So y'all make sure you go check out the channel. I'll put the interview in the description under source link. It'll be under source link. So y'all go subscribe to Lion Killer's channel. Formerly was World Breaker Fighting. But let's talk a little bit about what Deontay Wilder, the boy said, and even Deontay Wilder may have been listening live in the chat. And he also called, his name was Tay Jones. That's Scotty from World Combat Sports Contact. And he called Tay Jones while he was live on the show, and then he came back. But they talked about a lot of things. Deontay Wilder got a new head trainer. They said in due time we will find out who got fired and who put who did slip him a Mickey in the water bottle. And also, he talked about how corrupt the WBC may be. I just say maybe. He also talked about the injuries, and they will probably be releasing the paperwork about his injuries in due time. But Deontay does want to fight him a third time. But let's talk about all of that. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Shout out to Lion Killer. That's some great content they had last night. If you want to see that part, it started around the hour, 10-minute mark when Tay Jones come in, or you would just see him right around that time. That's kind of when he chimes in. But yeah, he talked about Deontay Wilder while he was holding, basically the information. He said they was still going to doctor visits. He ripped his muscle off the bone from his bicep, and that Wilder did get hit, what they believe, with a foreign object, with a lump that put a lump or dent on his head. And he talked about what Marcellus Wilder said, and he said basically that in due time they will release the documents proving that Tyson Fury did cheat with his gloves or had some loaded gloves. So they said in due time they will release that paperwork, and it should be soon, and it should explain pretty much everything that happened. All right, then he went on and basically asked the WBC, did they think, I'm paraphrasing, did they think anything funny happened with Fury gloves, okay? And they said, we know Fury's a good guy, he wouldn't do that. Deontay Wilder's a good guy, he wouldn't do that. Then he also referenced, after he had that conversation, or Team Wilder, had that conversation with Mauricio Suleiman, he referenced that Suleiman did an article saying that it was over for Deontay Wilder. He wouldn't be able to come back, and he was finished. So basically, it wasn't no point in doing no trilogy. And he said Tay Jones said that kind of shocked him. Now, he's a professional fighter, and he's also a school teacher, so salute to him. I didn't finish going to school to be a school teacher, and there was reason for that. But he went on to say those things, man. And my whole thing about it is, if he being patient, he gonna come out with all this information at the right time. Well, at the end of the day, he need to go ahead and put it out. But maybe they still gathering information from the doctors and crossing their T's and dotting their I's on certain things. So I get it. I definitely get it. I think they being patient. But at some point, with all these excuses being thrown out here, it's making you look worse and worse. So once you strike with the evidence, the evidence better be clear, it better be efficient, and it better be delivered in the right way where people can see this. My whole thing about it is this. He said that they still want to fight. He said that Deontay Wilder pretty much wanted to kill Tyson Fury for what he did in the first fight. And he said that, basically it's just, he didn't say this, but it's too much money. It's too much money to throw away. That's why he's taking the fight. Me personally, if somebody slipped a Mickey in my water and I get there and they put some shit in their gloves or whatever the situation may be, I'm not fighting you again. If anything, I'm going across your head with a pistol, straight up and down. If anything, when I see you, I'm putting a bullet in you, straight up and down. But then again, We talking about, could be generational wealth type of money. We talking about, they can make $30-40 million in a rematch again. So do you want to take that type of money off your table? And then you talk about something that could be tied up for 3 or 4 years in court. So he accused Tyson Fury of this, and Bob Arum, he basically, run Vegas boxing. He could tie this up for 3 or 4 years. Tyson Fury going to be champion. Deontay Wilder won't get a shot at Fury and waiting 3 or 4 years, just to get him stripped. Then you got to sue the WBC. Then you got to shoot Tyson Fury. I mean, it's just too much to be going on. I guess they don't want to take it to that extent. But I kind of give my full opinion towards the end of the video or middle of the video. Then he says that we'll see who's no longer with the team. He explained the water situation, and he said water was fine until he drank a Pacific water. And he said we all see whoever is not on the team, we come back. Y'all see who basically, got cut. But he talked about Jay Diaz, and he talked about Mark Breeland, but he didn't indicate which one of those guys was fired. And if it either was one of those guys, maybe it was somebody else in the team that got fired, but it was told to me that he said that they got a new lead trainer. So they saying Wilder got a new lead trainer. So naturally you might think Breeland was gone, or Breeland took a step back. So I don't know exactly who this new lead trainer is. But they said he got a new lead trainer, it was told to me. But, in its entirety, man, I don't know why he's waiting to make these announcements. You know what I'm saying? All it's doing is making him look worse and worse. And it's to the point where his image right now, it seems to be beyond repair. All right? And if his image is beyond repair, whatever you put out there, documents from doctors or medical physicians, whatever you want to call them, even if you fire somebody for dirty in the water, it's to the point where this shit is unfathomable. You can't fathom this stuff happening. This sounds like some shit from a movie script. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't think a lot of people gonna believe Deontay Wilder, even if he sold the paperwork. Because guess what? One, you black in America, they don't love black people in America. I've been telling y'all that. You know what I'm saying? And nobody gonna believe you. Everybody hated you. No matter if you have video evidence of this man spiking your water, whoever it was in the team, people still not gonna believe. People been waiting on your downfall for day one. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said to think they're like, where did Tyson Fury get this new power, this new confidence from? And nobody said to think that. And it's already where it's smoke, there's fire. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury has failed the drug test. Come on. He's failed the drug test. Those are the facts. In the whole board situation, it's to the point where, like I've been telling you that about the rap game, I talk about that, and about boxing. There's no right or wrong. There's fandom. And boxing is one of the most ultimate fanboy sports there is. No matter how wrong you do, or how good you do, or how black you are, they already got it made up in their mind. They hate you, or they don't like you, or they love you. Canelo failed 2 drug tests, and he still get love. Everybody knew what Pacquiao was doing, but he still get love. And it tends to go against the grain of black people. Now, a lot of black fighters get popped for this. Oh, he been cheating the whole time. They come down harder on them. So Deontay Wilder, after he gathered all this information, he's still gathering information about what happened. All right? He need to be swift and decisive in how he deliver this information out. My whole thing is somebody loaded their gloves on me, and then they took the padding out their glove, or their fist wasn't, whatever you want to say that he did, right? I'm not fighting you a third time. If anything, I'm trying to take your head off, but I understand it's a lot of money to be lost. It's the same thing with the NBA. When I tell you these dudes would rather put financial, their financials over their life, a lot of people gonna find out that, you going to make this money, it ain't worth their life, because for one, time is more important than money, and life is more important than money, because without either one of them, you can't get money, if that makes sense. But he willing to take the risk. My whole thing is, I wouldn't have said nothing. I wouldn't have made no excuses. I'd have went in, fought him, did the job, been alert, Made sure everything was clean going into the next fight. And then after that, after I beat his ass, then I'll show the paperwork. Straight up and down. You know, I wouldn't say nothing about the dude putting the Mickey in my water. I wouldn't say nothing about that shit. I was just unveiled it at the final after the fight. Post-fight press conference. Win, lose, or draw. You know? So don't see how out here, and what his team is doing is they feeding these rumors to these YouTube dudes. They feeding these rumors to these YouTube dudes. This happened, that happened. And they losing their credibility, because even if Wilder do come out and show proof and drop the paperwork, people still not gonna believe it. I can debunk that right now. Why people won't believe it? Because if this man did something to me like that, why am I fighting him again? Why are you filing the criminal charge? That's aggravated assault. Why do you want to fight him again? Why you ain't suing the WBC to strip him? If he cheated you, he slipped something in your water, and he hit you with a foreign object, or, you know, with less padded gloves, that should be going to jail. Panama Lewis went to jail for that shit. No boy he was with. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying right then and there. They can say whatever they want to say. People not going to believe this shit. Unless there's a totally different Deontay Wilder in a rematch. And that takes you back to exactly what I said. Is that do the job and then unveil the evidence. See, if he wasn't going to go through with the fight and he wanted Fury stripped and he wanted to press criminal charges, fine. I'm with it. But if you still want to fight this man in December or November, whenever the hell they gonna fight, then just hold the evidence until after the fight. That's it. And when you come out there look like a different Deontay Wilder, your legs there, your hand speed there, your power there, you go out there and knock his ass out and beat him, that speaks volume. But Deontay Wilder he didn't play with fate too much. He didn't play with life too much. He was supposed to fight or did fight all these former pit offenders. It's crazy. Stavern popped out at one point. Ortiz popped out at multiple points. He's supposed to fight Povetkin. He popped hot at certain points. You know, that's the crazy shit about it. Real crazy about that shit, man. He keep fighting all these fucking pit offenders. So, you know, you got it. But they say that he got a new league trainer, man. I wonder who that is. And does that mean that Mark Breeland was the one that did the water bottle thing? Maybe not. You know, he talked about Jay Diaz, didn't say nothing bad about him. He talked about Mark Breeland. He didn't say nothing bad about Mark Breeland. So, you know, it could be nobody. And Mark Breeland and Jay Diaz both can be back. It could be somebody else in this team, a strength and conditioning coach that could have did it. We don't fucking know. And we both already knew that Wilder needed a new league coach anyway. But if it's Jay Diaz, and I said this the other day, if it's Jay Diaz, why are you hiding this for him? Why you I mean, you had no problem hanging out with Mark Breeland out there, right? About stopping the fight. And I'm gonna get there what he said about Mark Breeland too. Stopping the fight. If Jay Diaz is the guy, why we gotta wait and see if Jay Diaz is not there? Because Nestor from the Boxing Voice, and I said this in my video yesterday, in my live stream. Nestor from the Boxing Voice said Jay Diaz ain't answering his call in about months, or his text. So a lot of us guessing Jay Diaz sold him out because he cleared, Tyson Fury cleared. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us guessing that it was him that sold Wilder out. Okay? And if it was him, and it's just strictly speculation at this point, then why are you protecting him? I don't want to wait to see who there and who not there. You know what I'm saying? If a white man, you know, traded you out like the Pilgrim that a lot of them are, if they traded you out, swapped you out, he cheated you, We need to know that. Everybody in Tuscaloosa need to know not to fuck with Jay Diaz. So, at the end of the day, you need to go ahead and put that person out. I'm tired of him being, trying to remain, hide this shit and keep people anonymous in the situation, man. It just seemed like a bigger and bigger joke as you let this build up. But I'm gonna end off on what Tay Jones said about Mark Breeland stopping the fight. He said they didn't agree with it at first. He said Deontay always said don't stop the fight, this, that, and the third. And my whole thing is, if you can see somebody not 100%, and I can see he wasn't 100% in the fight. Anybody can see that, right? How can you be mad at somebody for stopping the fight when you're not 100%? Why don't know he don't feel himself? Legs not there. You said that when he drank the water, he didn't see himself. He was off balance. So at the end of the day, you did all this shit as far as, this is why I kind of lose a little respect for him, man. You do all this stuff about Mark Breeland. You hang him out there to dry. You talking about you was going to fire him. The only reason you didn't fire him because you got a lot of backlash for it. Even days after the fight, it was still rumors that he may fire Mark Breeland. And somebody came up with a fake rumor that he actually did, but he hadn't really made a decision. And the reason that he didn't end up firing Mark Breeland was because of the backlash. I'm going to tell you what. But now that, Tay Jones said if he would have 2 or 3 more inches or a little bit more punishment, he could have had permanent brain damage and died in the ring. Where is Mark Breeland's public apology? That's my whole thing. Where is Mark Breeland's public apology? And I hope that come real soon. Since you know that he did the right thing in stopping the fight, Tay Jones said, now looking back at it, Mark Breeland did the right thing. Anybody that care for you like that, those tile in that fight. Anybody saying that Deontay Wilder, he deserved to go out like a warrior and he deserved to go out on his shield. Do you know this man say with 2 or 3 more inches of his cranium being shoved in or getting hit on his head a little bit more, that man could have died. Anybody that know boxing knew Deontay Wilder was not going to come back and beat Tyson Fury. Anybody in boxing that got a brain, they got a heart, they got a conscience would have threw a tile in. Anybody. They got a brain, they got a heart, they got a conscience, they care for that man. Anybody would have threw that tile in. He could have died that night. Did you see how dilated his eyes was? And he sit here and he let this man have it. He mad at this man, this black man, for saving his life. Where is his public apology? So when this evidence drop, you better have a lengthy statement apologizing to Mark Breeland. Unless he was the one that doped the water up. And Andre Durrell needed an apology too. He do. He needed an apology too. But y'all know what it is, man. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business question, inquiry, response, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel, Cash App, PayPal in the description. Best way to donate is to share the video. Appreciate the love, support, man. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Check out our heavyweight boxing playlist. And just keep sharing the videos, man. One time for the one time. We gone.